All right. Hey, good morning. Good morning. All right. So let's take a look at what's popping in the market today. We had a nice run up yesterday. You can see there was a squeeze on the ES, and we had follow through throughout the day. This morning, we've seen some weakness in the market. A nice drop, almost back to yesterday's opening. It's important that we stay above this 560.92 level. I want to take a look at the ES on the 3 week here because it's been something trying to been paying attention to here. And you'll see on the ES, we have a weekly squeeze here. And there's some friction. We can see the histogram is dropping lower. The DMI is getting wider. The ADX is starting to raise. Once this hits above 20, 21, we might break this 56.44 level in the next few days. Something's brewing in the market. We'll see. Maybe something will reverse and we'll get back or move back to the upside or back into the 62s. But just continue to watch that squeeze. If that squeeze fires, then that's going to kick off the market dropping low for a while into the summer. So we want to just be on watchful of that. Here's a weekly, not necessarily a squeeze, but you see this went on for several months leading into the summer, starting around the April timeframe. So could we see something similar to that if this breaks here, where we go through several months of a decline in the market? Just something to keep our eyes on. All right, so what else is happening in the market today? So, the market looks like it's opening a lower from yesterday, but we've seen these before: gap ups, gap downs, and this could simply be some of that. Uh, Take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia now announced some news. I know Nvidia and General Motors have talked about a partnership now, and Nvidia is talking about investing billions on U.S. production in the U.S. Good thing overall. Those investments means there's a lot of customers here in the U.S. going to be trying to purchase those chips as they always have. The other opposite of that, there's going to be money spent to make those things happen. Um, like I said, it continues to set Nvidia up as a must buy for an investment stock long term. So we'll take a look and see what that is. See Nvidia, just like the ES is dropping. You got to watch this level around here, 114, 120. What we can see is maybe a morning dip and then a bounce back to the upside today. Be watching Nvidia. Let's take a look at Nike. Nike has earnings, but they're talking about potentially a decline. They're expected to report around $11.2 billion in revenue, which is a quarterly down from the expected from the 12.43 billion a year ago around this time. If that is the case, let's just make sure we're paying attention to Nike. If it breaks the 72 level, then we might be expecting a continual fall of Nike today. If Nike goes, we will be looking at some other stocks in the retail sector as well. Boeing had a big day yesterday. Was definitely one on my watch list. Boeing and Apple. Boeing did a great thing pre-market. I want to show. See that this is what happened around 9:15. Boeing shot up before the market with that wick and came back down, giving everybody a great indication that, hey, we're going to be super bullish this morning. And then what happened? Boeing opened up, didn't go all the way to that wick, but made significant gains. I think it was almost like $4 to $5 gains on some option contracts. So Boeing is definitely a stock to watch. Now the question is Boeing going to give back some of those after its big pop yesterday? Will Boeing come back down here to 164, or will Boeing or will Boeing continue and try to break this 174 level as their CFO talked about the new orders that were coming in Boeing, and that potentially helping with the company's growth after Boeing was down to maybe 110 last year or something like that. So something to be on the watch out for Boeing. Um, there is some weakness there. So what you might also see is Boeing bounce up a little and get rejected and then play down to the downside. So I'll be watching Boeing today. Another one of those is FedEx. They're expected to report some surging profit after the bell today. So keep our eyes on FedEx and UPS. Now that's what they're saying. Their expectations. I think they're reporting after the bell today at closing. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be pretty expensive. This is 246, 249, a $3 move before market. But what we can do is always look at UPS, which contracts is going to be cheaper than FedEx. And if FedEx looks to have a great report on earnings, potentially they call it a lottery trade. You can buy UPS maybe at 116, buy an option out 120, 121. Hopefully it's a cheap option that expires tomorrow. And if FedEx shoots up, overnight, then that stock, that option might make some money. Let's see how much a contract is for UPS. I wouldn't spend no more than $50 or something like that. A 119 is somewhere between $60 and $80. A 120 is 32, 38. So yeah, maybe a 120, $38 contract that expires tomorrow. You know, um, if FedEx shoots up, then that contract might double. I would only buy one, but that's what you call like a lottery contract. Just a way out there, a shot in the dark, and see what happens. Don't spend a lot of cash. All right, so one of the things I wanted to look at that is trending low that could have a significant impact on the market, and that is Bitcoin. Um, Bitcoin's looking a little bearish coming out the gates today. It has an important level around here, around this 8,500. See if it wants to give back that. If so, then we'll be looking at something like COIN. And yeah, and see if COIN wants to, what's this, 188, 184, 182, 81. So COIN is something definitely to be looking at today. Like I said, Bitcoin is looking a little weak. So I'm paying attention to that. Like I said, there's quite a few things. And that's, again, today could be one of those days we saw where the ES was compared to its overall support line. It could be another day where it gaps down for 30, 40 minutes and around 10, 10:30 it shoots up. AVGO is looking a little bearish right now. If it breaks this 192 level, we could have a drop down here. So that's what I'm looking at. Apple is another. I think Apple has a great 213, 217, 216. So, if you break 213, we're looking for a play to the downside. Now, if Apple bounces off that 213 and plays between 213 and 217, we'll be on a watch. Again, it's a little Apple you have to take your time with, but I like the setup right now. It's easy to see where the support and resistance lines are for Apple. So we'll be paying attention to that. Plus, if I look at Apple, I think Apple has a 4-hour squeeze right now. Yeah, but that is trending to the upside. So 213, 214. Like I said, if it bounces off of that, let's take a look at Apple on the hourly. Fired short pre-market, but that doesn't really matter. Yep, it just has to break this 213 to get confirmation. If it don't, then we'll be patient and see if Apple can, go back up. Everything's looking like it's setting up. Take a look at CAT. 335 is the support. It bounces off. This looks like a good play for tomorrow. You see the wedges forming the triangle. As it breaks through one of those levels, either to the upside or the downside, it's going to be a pretty powerful move with CAT. Let's look at it on a full. Yep, CAT could go any way. So CAT, Boeing, and the industrials have some play today. Apple's definitely one we're looking at. Nvidia, based off of this information. Coin definitely is looking bearish right now. Chinese stocks, Futu, Baba, and so forth gave back some of their gains yesterday. This one you have to definitely be careful with, because what we can get is definitely the gap down, gaps up. With the Chinese stocks have been playing well. You see this one had a gap down pre-market, then went up, 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 got to the top, and then it starts to go down. So that's on a 4 hour. Let's go look at this on a 1 hour. So it broke through a key level that was 113 of support. Yep. So we'll be looking at the Chinese stock, seeing if they want to get back. They had a great run for the past couple of weeks. We'll see if they want to get back some of their gains today. Let's take a quick look at the SPY and QQQ, then we'll wrap up. SPY 565. Yep, right down here to its 560. That is $3 or $4 drop. Not bad. Not bad. I'll take that. If it wants to continue, then be patient and play it to the upside. QQQs. Qs don't look like it want to drop too much more. We'll see. It has to get past 478, 479. It has some work to do for me to get back in it. Otherwise, I'll be patient with the Qs for sure. It's definitely looking bearish to me. Even if it has a gap up, I can see the Qs following today, going back down. All right. So today we'll be looking at UPS, Nvidia, Boeing, Nike, Bitcoin, because coins is falling. Maybe Boeing and CAT together, Apple, and obviously when Nvidia will be looking at AMD. All right. Well, hopefully this video has been helpful. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Be blessed.